Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's episode of Market Check, our first show of the new week. And a reminder, as always, guys, that there is no second best YouTube live stream to talk about these markets. Welcome. I'm Tommy. You also know me as Snorlax. I'm joined by Max, Chef Jackus, and of course, Big Louie. Welcome to you guys. I hope we all had a fantastic weekend. Obviously, these are the type of markets that are very active during the weekend. There's been so much going on for the last week and a half. It's really so refreshing to just have like relentless trending market after we basically had over 2 months of completely sideways, and realistically even longer than that of kind of this bearish choppiness that we've been seeing. So it's nice that we're not seeing just like stop, go, stop, go. It's more of a consistent trend. But we're going to talk about it on today's show. Obviously, what our expectations are moving forward here into. We're coming into the end of July and obviously the second half of the year. But before we can talk about Bitcoin, ETH, and most importantly, I think where meme coins are potentially headed, looking at some of these charts, they are really pressing up against the roof. We're already seeing some breakouts from meme proxies like Solana, for example. But before we can talk about that, I'm going to ask if you guys can hit that like button for us. We have been slacking a little bit on the like button. We haven't really been pestering you about the like button, but nevertheless, it always means a lot to us. And we're very appreciative when you do hit the like button. You help us continue to bring you guys this content Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And of course, our other shows as well on YouTube. But let's get into the swing of things, because there has been a lot going on. I don't want to waste too much of the show yapping in my introduction. Bitcoin is... I would say it's showing some strength kind of to open this week. Obviously, last week we had a super high volume. I wouldn't call it a blow off, at least a blow off for what we know Bitcoin can produce. But it was a high volume pump. Lots of shorts were squeezed. We had a high volume dump right after. So usually when that tends to happen, two things happen. Bitcoin is probably going to go sideways for a little bit. We've seen that for the last week and a half. And you're also going to start to see alts really begin to steal the show, which I feel like we've seen on some alts, but we've also, I think, yet to see people move all the way down the risk curve over towards meme coins. But I am looking at some of these charts. They look absolutely primed, especially given the context that Doge has already broken out of a structure that many of them are kind of compressing within. So if that sets the stage for the week, we could be seeing some green candles on meme coins here into the end of the month. I'm curious to see what Bitcoin and ETH are going to do. ETH especially. I mean, I can't believe I haven't mentioned it yet. ETH's all the way up at 38.50 now. So it has finally given us the repricing back to range highs that we've been discussing for a long time. Are we just going to rip through 4K? Or are we maybe going to cool off a little bit and give altcoins kind of that leeway that they've been looking for to be able to move more meaningfully? I think it's a market where all of a sudden there's once again lots of opportunity abound. So let's take advantage of it, guys. Let's talk about it. I'd love to know what we're seeing in the markets, especially with meme coins, and really how some of this beta is going to continue to trend into the end of the month of July.
Higher. Well, I mean, I don't see anything bearish about this setup right here at all. The only thing that's driving me crazy is that they're clearly pinning Pepe, and they're going to launch it. It's just like the edging, the buildup is just, man, it's just insane, man. I've never seen a beach ball underwater quite like this one, where they're just slow grind, like mechanical twopping it up so slowly. And eventually they're going to have to let it go, but it is driving me crazy watching something that I view as damn near a certainty and an inevitability takes so long to manifest. The repricing between ETH and Pepe is going to be incredibly quick. It's going to be incredibly quick. And Jackus actually had a great post about that this weekend. this weekend, which is rare for Chef to post on the weekend because he's always advocating that you go touch grass. But even the Chef apparently was motivated and compelled to talk about this repricing, which I assume he views as more or less an inevitability as well. But it really is setting up for an unbelievable trade here. And not just Pepe, right? Like you could look at Meme C. Meme C is looking like it literally wants to go like 5 to 7x, which again, like we're talking about the meme asset class, guys. We're talking about the top 100 meme coins as a basket. They genuinely look like they want to teleport like 400%, 500%, something like that.
How do you feel about people in the comments saying they're selling their Pepe here?
Who is saying that?
I've seen 2 or 3 already.
Dude, that's actually
Don't do it.
I'm not even going to comment on that. I can't comment.
Do it.
On
Yeah,
that.
do it. You so this is the thing, like, and because bull markets can be just as dangerous as bear markets. I've said it a couple times. But this is the thing. It's like, oh, Pepe's not moving, but XRP's moving. I'm going to sell my Pepe that hasn't, which, by the way, Pepe's 150% off the lows. So there's that. But people losing patience with what they're holding, selling that and going to chase pumps, and historic, like that is like textbook, like you're selling an asset. Likely
this is such a good strategy. I have no idea what you're talking about, Louis. Works 10 out of 10 bull markets.
Oh man, yeah. So I would say just be careful doing that because Pepe is likely going to move. Right, Pepe is likely going to move. There's a big catch-up trade here. I wouldn't be selling my Pepe here to chase something that's already been pumping for the last 2 weeks.
You guys do not know it, but the guys are helping the algorithm. They understand how it's played. You say you just sold Pepe, while you actually haven't. But the market maker will be like, oh, he sold, pump it.
He sold?
What about Farcoin here? Looks like it's going for a breakout today.
Yeah.
I feel like we get pretty frothy over the next week. I know there's a lot of talk about altcoin open interest relative to Bitcoin, and look, that's completely fair to be worried about. At some point within the next few weeks, we're likely to have some sort of candle on Bitcoin and ETH that makes you regret ever touching leverage, more than likely, for a lot of people. But I think we haven't hit that peak froth point yet. And I want to highlight specifically these meme coin structures. I mean, we've already started kind of talking about them. Farcoin, Pepe, obviously Doge is breaking out. I don't think Doge has topped yet, but I mean, even WIF is moving. So we're seeing people move down the risk curve. We haven't quite, I don't think, hit that peak froth point. Wabi has a good rule of thumb where when Pepe trades into price discovery, you've typically got about 1 to 2 weeks before you get some really gnarly washout candles. So I'm kind of using that as my personal barometer for when to, maybe be a little bit more cautious. I don't really know if you should be opening up positions here on altcoins, right? Just given how overextended ETH probably is on a higher time frame. You will likely see lower prices on ETH than currently at some point in the next few weeks, I would guess. If we don't, then it really doesn't matter. But I wouldn't kick yourself too much if you're not like maximum exposed here. But I do think, looking at the context of these meme coin charts, we're probably going to see more froth enter the market over the next week or so.
Yeah.
I will say, I saw a comment already mention it. Solana is performing, and I do think it's kind of the new ETH. So the fact that it is pumping, that does kind of tell me, okay, the clock is ticking before we get probably some form of larger washout. But I don't think it's going to be a washout in the sense of, Bitcoin topped at 105K. And then we bled out on everything, entered mini bear markets for another 3 or 4 months. I think what's more likely to happen is that Bitcoin and ETH just kind of go sideways. and we see rotations into more specific narratives, altcoins, meme coins. I think I really think meme C, right, looking at the total market cap of meme coins, looks a lot like total DeFi did in 2020. And that's obviously a comparison Jackus and I have made a lot in the past is, are we replicating effectively that COVID structure, or really rather like the post 2018 into 2021 reaccumulation structure on Bitcoin for something like Ethereum? If that's the case, ETH could get pinned within 500 to 1,000 point range for a prolonged period of time. But I want to highlight, in between that, yes, Bitcoin ranged for a long time, but you had DeFi summer, for example. So if you think that memes are kind of like the DeFi of this cycle, it makes sense that we see meme coins reprice higher over the next few months.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I can continue to watch Pepe without losing my mind right now. I think I have to remove it from my watch list and just set some alerts for price discovery. I don't know how to reconcile what they're doing right now.
That's not even that bad of a plan, honestly. Sometimes closing the chart and coming back 1 month later, in a good conditions, not even a bad idea.
Like, how are they just not launching this thing yet? Like, what is it? What is going on here? I just
vertical accumulation.
Yeah, this looks like
it's basically that. It's literally people selling out of boredom, so it's a vertical one. So like they keep on buying while people sell out of boredom. Like this is how you make people sell in a bull market. You make them, see other stuff pumping that they are not in, and make them rotate. Make them rotate straight to the top while they miss it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this looks like it has a meat stick loading to the upside, and this is just rising accumulation, boring everyone in it. But I mean, price is still going up too. That's the funny thing. Price is still going up. We've been going up since July, at the beginning of July, right? Just grinding off the lows. And we kind of did something similar here too, right? Where it kind of looked bear flaggy, but we just kept chopping, rising, making higher lows, and then boom. We're kind of doing the same thing again, right? But now we're starting to get more vertical here. So do we see one more sweep? Maybe, but I think it's very sweep as in like these, maybe these, right? But at this point, we should have gotten that here on Friday, right?
I'm gonna cut you off right now. That is illegal to say. Okay, there's a permanent moratorium. There will never be another sweep of any low on any chart ever again. No more.
Well, I don't think it's happening, right? I because I was watching here, like on Friday, this looked like it was going to come, right, and sweep. That sounded wrong,
dude. I can't even hear those words anymore, Louis. I can't even hear the. If someone says sweep, it's like it's like.
Well, we're going to sweep these highs, so.
All right, that's fine. We could sweep those highs.
Yeah, this looks like this probably should have broken down here on Friday if it was going to do it. Didn't, held beautifully, punted some longs on Pepe. Those are up nicely over the weekend for the weekend pump. Yeah, this looks like it's ready just to start to enter parabola here, in my opinion. And this is just that rising chop accumulation that doesn't give you that prime entry that people are used to getting, right? People are used to getting that sweep, the prime entry, they get long and then they go. Where this is like not giving you any sweep of the lows, it's continuing to grind, not giving you any entry, but at the same time, for people that are holding it, they're getting frustrated. So it's kind of the perfect storm for a nice big meat stick to the upside, in my opinion, that I think we probably see this week. I think we could see it this week.
Something else I think that's probably going to make or rather a signal to me that we're going to see more froth and alts is I'm looking at the hype chart, and I really think it's about to give us a real leg to put in probably a more high time frame sort of top on it, honestly. But I don't think that chart is done yet. I think it's got
No.
another move coming.
Yeah, this is another example of rising accumulation. Looks like looks kind of bad. Looks like a little toppy, right? Looks and this is what kind of fools people, right? Because you get these 3 drive highs in the environment we've been in for the last 2 years. You get the sweep, right? Kind of what I was talking about on Pepe. You get like, okay, looks like this, slightly higher high, slightly higher high, slightly higher high. Everyone's looking for that sweep to get long down in here, and then it just keeps rising and accumulating, and eventually does that big squeeze to the upside, and then likely puts in that local top like Tommy's talking about. So I would agree. I think hype is going to probably put in another big move to the upside before pausing. And this is probably, again, probably aggravating holders while at the same time not giving ideal entries for traders. And that's the recipe for a big squeeze, in my opinion.
It's also good for the on-chain wealth effect for hype to go higher, which will be good for memes. I truly do think this is the part where we should be seeing memes pop off. There's been a bit of a lag, clearly. And I think that has a lot to do with the fact that ETH is suctioning up so much liquidity from the market right now.
There is always something suctioning it up. I think generally ETH pumping is just super good for the entire space, and it's just like let it run and be happy about it. It's going to leave the alt in a few days and week, but it's like everyone waited so long that I understand it. Everyone wants it like today, like now. I do not want to wait 1 more hour. But yeah, I think this ETH move is just so good. It's going to last for a while, and alt's still looking really good in that matter, especially those like somehow associated to it.
I can see something like this playing out. I mean, we got the weekly close. We talked about this chart on Friday. We got the weekly close above this like multi-year downtrend on ETH. Like this has been from the 2021 high. That this trend line has been capping price for 4 years. We got the weekly close above it, which is great, right? That's extremely good. This was a weekly meat stick last week out of ETH. Like that's a big weekly candle, probably one of the biggest weekly candles we put in since 2021, if I had to guess, if not bigger, right? Or the biggest. So we just need confirmation, right? We just need follow through. Doesn't mean this week, right? We could see some pullback on ETH this week. But this weekly breakout candle from this downtrend is signaling continuation to the upside on the high time frame trend. So maybe we get one more push up, clear these highs, then you get the pullback, right, that everyone's been looking for since last week. And then maybe put something like kind of like Bitcoin did, right, at the old all-time highs. Just puts in 3 or 4 weeks of consolidation. You get everyone calling top, and while it's just consolidating and reaccumulating for the explosion into price discovery. But I really do like the weekly close we got last week on ETH, well above this trend line. That's a weekly breakout. And I expect follow through going into the next couple of weeks, right? But doesn't mean today or tomorrow. But similar to how we've seen altcoins run and ETH run while Bitcoin's been consolidating, I think we could see the same thing with ETH in relation to altcoins, where ETH has been going straight up, for about 20 days, 3 weeks now. Puts in a big squeeze, consolidates, slows down, and during this consolidation or pullback, I think we could see altcoins continue to pop off and run. So we're still set up for a massive catch-up trade on altcoins, even though a lot of them are well off the lows, but I still think we're just getting started as far as altcoins are concerned.
I'm really interested to see what ETH does here. Because if we just gap up through the highs, obviously that's a very different market environment than potentially kind of staying pinned around 4K for a prolonged period of time. I don't know how you guys feel about that. I know it's always easy to say price is going to keep pumping after it's been pumping. So I don't want to get too overzealous as far as what ETUSD is going to do in the immediate term. But I do think whenever we get our first kind of correction within this move, you're going to see people rotate more down the risk curve. And I don't think it's going to be everything necessarily. I have to assume it's going to be more kind of isolated towards ETH beta specifically. But yeah, I'm pretty interested to see what ETH is going to do here from just kind of framing the rest of the year.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really hard move to like catch the top of, let's put it that way, because you could very easily pull up like lower time frame RSIs and be like, oh, like we're at the highest level we've been at in like 3 years, and like look how like overextended we are. And it's like things can stay like ridiculous a lot longer than people anticipate. And ETH has also been trading like a piece of crap for basically like 4 years straight. So I don't think all of that data is super useful. I think it's worth noting, but let's put it this way. I think it's going to be difficult to try to find an entry because you want to be in ETH, you want to be like playing this move, but it's hard to buy up here. It's scary. That's potentially a disaster, but it also could just keep ripping like, 200, 300, 400 points right in your face from here. And we could see some pretty egregious like momentum oscillator overextensions to the upside. So I don't know. Part of me really thinks we just keep going and at least take out those highs, like the 4K range highs, and then we get some correction. And I'm talking like until we get a big correction, right? Like the one where everyone's like, oh, like that was it. We're done. Like, big wipe, whatever. But yeah, I think at minimum we should take out those highs before any huge correction. We could see little local whatever, but I think 41 to 4,200 should give us a local blow off before a big correction. That's a gut feeling, right? It's not saying you should just buy here for a free like 400 point move, but gut feeling is you truly get like a full overextension, right? Like to the opposing side of the range after months of being in the dumps. So like I would expect some like, can you pull that back up, Louis, your RSI?
Yeah.
Like maybe we'll start to see some like bear divs play out first or something. I don't know. It looks like this is the 2-day, maybe like a 1-day bear div or some sign, not just right here, but like truly a loss of momentum type of thing. So we'll
I think
see.
on the weekly, we still have time. We still got room to run.
Oh, we got a lot of room to run, man.
Yeah. Weekly, you got a lot of room to run.
I just want Pepe to rip, bro. I could give a damn about ETH right here. Just send the frog already. It's driving me nuts.
Yeah, weekly just now getting to overbought. I mean, and you could see how much higher this can go, right? Like, and it can remain there. Like this was off the 2021 lows, right? Got extremely overbought for the first time since the bear market. Reset, boom, again. Everyone probably was looking for a top here. You got that big scary drop, and then boom, again. And then you finally start getting those bear divs on the weekly, but guess what? You still made a notional higher high on the high time frame as you're printing these bear divs. So price can remain crazy and overheated for, like Max said, much longer than people think, especially coming out of the conditions we've been seeing over the last 2 years. Things can remain frothy for a lot longer than people think. And I think people are overthinking it, right?
That deviation right there, Louis, like the Q1 deviation, right there, like that move below your range low.
Yeah.
I mean, your range low is at like 2,300, 2,200.
Yeah, right here.
Ranges love symmetry, and people, they need to understand that like the market is like there's physics and like it's like living and breathing, and like it respects the laws of this world that we're in. And when you get a deviation to one side of the range, a lot more times than not, there is a reflexive and equal snapback to the opposing side of that range. It's like they want symmetry. Like you get super oversold, you're going to become super overbought, and it's going to last a lot longer than you think.
Yeah, it's like
so. Yeah, that's
this is
a
great
good
depiction
example
of what he's talking about, right? Like, you know, this is a classic high time frame accumulation, right? And that's kind of what I started theorizing as, you know, we didn't break out here. We came all the way back down, super systematic selling on the way down. This was really, really suspicious to me. It didn't make sense. Never ran a single high on this way down, right? Like we never came back, took liquidity on a significant high. We just continued to sell off, sell off, sell off. And this is something I was talking about when we were coming down. Like all this liquidity left behind told me that we were likely coming back the other way at some point. And this was just one massive manipulation move. You get that spring, right? Similar to this, you know, this Wyckoff schematic I have here. Just ranging, right? Sweeping all the lows after ranging for multiple years, getting back inside the range, testing, flipping into support. And this part of the move is usually an unforgiving move back to the range highs before potentially seeing some, you know, some reaccumulation, consolidation, but all the way back at range highs. And this is something, you know, I've been talking to Discord about for a long time, and it's playing beautifully. It's pretty crazy how like similar this is, right? So yeah, I mean, sure, we're going to get pullbacks, right? And something we've been talking about, expect the pullback, expect the local flushes. People are getting frothy, overzealous. They missed the low. They're trying to make up for it on leverage. You're going to get those pullbacks. You're going to get those leverage flushes. But, you know, high time frame, I would agree, Max. I don't think we see any sort of major correction or pullback or consolidation until we likely come back and flirt with these range highs here. And, you know, I know we're going straight up, but I mean, we've done this before. Look at this move. Boom. This is pretty much range lows to range highs without any major pullback, right? So it's not something we haven't done before. And there's a lot more money bidding ETH now than there was here.
Yeah.
You know, it's not pumping. Pump.
I thought you were going to say Sully.
No, I was no. No, Pump Token has not had never a green candle for Pump Token ever again, apparently.
Louis, did you put that comment on the screen yourself?
Maybe. You should have seen I was getting roasted on Friday's show, Max. I was getting roasted.
What were they saying to you, Louis? What did they say?
Like, one guy was like, I just can't bring myself to watch a show where Louis is one of the main speakers.
Bro, what a clown that guy was.
Oh man, it was so fun. I got a kick out of it. It was hysterical, but
man,
so a little you know, a little ego boost. I think he's probably joking, Micro Sale. I see him in here all the time, so I don't know if he's being sarcastic or not. But
dude, I can't get myself to watch a show that Louis is not on. Okay, I can't watch a show unless Louis is on the show. You understand? Man, if you're fading Louis, you're just destined to be poor for the rest of your life. I don't know how else to put it. I don't know how else to put it.
Thanks, Max. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem, Louis. And look, here's the thing, man, is if Pepe doesn't pump, I'm going to lose my mind. So you're going to have to take over my spot on this show permanently. So
it's going to pump. It's going to pump.
Well, you better hope so. So I'm not gonna be fun to be around if it doesn't.
Bitcoin hasn't even broken out yet either. It's still consolidating. Still consolidating here. I love it. Would love to see this breakout this week, which I think it can. But do we come here first? I don't know.
I mean, I think we're just seeing Doge kind of reprice higher before other memes, which I don't think is an unhealthy thing for the record.
I actually think it's much more bullish for other memes. Like it's the same concept to me as Bitcoin. It's like the higher Bitcoin goes, ultimately, like the more runway that gives altcoins when the time comes. The higher the Doge goes, ultimately, I think that clears out the runway for like higher multiples in beta. That's how I view it personally.
I guess the question is, if we are going to see ETH begin to cool off and consolidate, do we see a larger bid for things like DeFi, or do we see the rotation into memes? That to me is kind of the question. And if it's memes, what memes are going to be catching the bid? Is it just ETH adjacents? Is Pepe going to trade very closely correlated to Solana? I don't know. I think things that I'm not necessarily actively trading, but that I am curious to get an answer on, at the very least.
I do not think you are going to see DeFi beat memes. I do not. And I could show you an example as to why that is. So I will actually Tommy the chart right now. So to me, it is quite simple. So this right here is meme C divided by total DeFi. Okay. So this is memes versus DeFi. To me, this chart looks bullish. All right. This chart looks bullish. We could just look like locally here. It's annoying how it like cuts out the daily, whatever. All right. We'll do this. This to me looks like it wants to just keep spiking and making highs, right? Like this doesn't feel bearish to me. It's such an awkward chart to try to fit in here because it like in log it gets all warped. But this to me feels like it wants higher, not lower. I think this is a range, and I think you're probably just gonna rip up from here. So if this chart's moving up, memes are outperforming DeFi. If it's moving down, it's the opposite. This feels pretty bullish to me when I look at this chart. I think this wants to break higher.
Yeah, I think it does need. I think it does need to hold that level though.
Yeah, definitely. We could probably look at like, like if it breaks out here, it's gonna go. I think an interesting level to look at on this chart would, kind of generally be. I mean, even just moving back up, probably targeting like the all-time high on this chart. So we'll see.
Yeah, at a minimum. And that meme C chart, just the meme C chart in general, just looks really good. So even if you're not comparing it to DeFi, it still looks prime for a breakout here.
Yeah, it does. I mean, I feel like the entire meme asset class is going up into here.
Yeah.
So from right here, I mean, the 1618 in log is at 390 billion. Right now we're at under 90 billion. From here, it's like what, 4 or 5x, something like that. It can get pretty crazy, which is why people are like, oh, we've already pumped or something like that. It's like, I don't know. We've actually, like, memes have actually been ranging for, 1,500 days. Like that's all that this is a 1,500-day reaccumulation, and we're going to end up marking up into a new range. So,
yeah,
patience.
Yeah, that long of a range and accumulation does not end in like a little dribble. It ends with a meat stick.
It ends with a meat stick. Chimp, what's up, bro?
What's up? How we doing?
So you got promoted to CEO. Looks like.
Yes. Yeah. I was going to say I could, if I tweet that, don't put that picture on the screen. If I tweet about giving away codes, this will probably like 10x the YouTube viewing count.
You're gonna tweet out codes. Walk
It's
me through
basically
how
we're
that
running
works.
this like test net on Anoma at the moment, and people are like raiding my Twitter like really bad. So I was thinking of giving you guys a bit of a boost. I see how much motion I have.
Wait,
But
did
only if
you
that's
pick
okay.
up?
I think
Did you pick up like 6,000 followers in like a day, or am
Yeah.
I going crazy?
Yeah, it's insane.
How did that
Um,
happen? I don't know. That's insane.
Basically, it's because of this test net that we're running. A lot of people want access to it. I'm going to tweet that I say I'm going to give away codes. I want to see how much motion I have.
All right, throw it out there. Let's see what happens. I don't know what that really means, but I
Don't
guess
worry
go
about
for
it, honestly.
All
well,
right.
we should be a little worried about it. But
No, you really shouldn't. Don't worry.
So are
better
you
not be-
telling me that the hack to growing a following is just giving away free money? Is that
It's not money, it's codes. It's a bit different.
okay? So I should make a project and then give away codes, and then I'll grow
Yes.
my following.
Yes.
Okay. All right, I'll do that.
Got
I'll
it
probably
down.
launch mine tomorrow then. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Sorry. I will talk in a second. I should have really drafted this before. All right, okay. I've just tweeted it. Let's see. Anyway, yeah, I'm loving the analysis so far though. It's good. And Doge does look pretty good to go higher. But I always find with Doge and Pepe, do you not always think it's better to long Pepe than Doge?
Oh, it's way better to long Pepe than Doge. I mean, right now it's driving me crazy, but this is something we've kind of seen before. Let me see. I'm giving away 5 codes right now live on Because Bitcoin stream. All right, let's see what happens.
I need to see how much motion I have.
So we got 330 people on YouTube right now. So
Yeah.
we'll check back in like 5 minutes and see what that looks like.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right. So here's the thing. I was looking at this earlier. So this
Have you
is
done a pair
actually,
trade for Doge and Pepe just to see which one's
of
looking
course
better on the
there
pair?
is. There's always a pair trade. Of course.
There's always a pair trade.
There's always a pair trade. So this is the Pepe Doge chart right here. It is very much so getting ready for a breakout. Like here's your giant compression, right? I think that the move that we're seeing right now is maybe somewhat comparable to this little like drop. It was trying to break out over here, put in a final puke, and then curled up and went. So yeah, we'll have to see what happens here, but you know, it's actually pretty bullish that Doge is doing what it's doing right now. But yeah, we're gonna have to wait and kind of see. I think you could maybe prospect something like this for for Pepe Doge. Like it might just be kind of like a little local puke going on right here, similar to what we did over here, where you had this range right here, this range right here. And we might just be given like a final stab lower, which by the way is actually, if you put Doge up down here, like it's actually quite bullish that Doge is ripping the way that it is. It even gives a little bit more credence to this idea of, Doge was kind of starting to curl up right over here. So Doge was performing well at this time, as back in Q1 of last year. So we'll see. But yeah, I mean, Doge performing as well as it is right now gives a lot of runway to other projects, other beta, right?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, like I don't know if I missed the first part of the stream, so apologies if I missed this, but like you always just need ETH to run, right? You just need ETH to run for any of this stuff to happen. Like that's the key to all of it. And everyone clowning on it for so long is like, yeah, okay, but like if you want a proper alt season, you need ETH to run. So like that's
so
just always the case.
Here's ETH too. And that's a great point. So like looking at ETH right here down below, you can see we'll get rid of Doge here, right? So this is the Pepe Doge pair. So if this chart goes up, Pepe's outperforming. This chart goes down, Doge is outperforming. Look at what ETH was doing over here. Look at this monster, right? We're arguably doing the exact same thing or some version of this, where ETH is just going completely vertical. So at some point, that rotation from like Doge and ETH into smaller cap meme coin beta like Pepe is going to start happening, right? It's just going to be really hard to time, but one day you're just going to wake up and like Pepe will be launching. It's just kind of what happens. All right, looks like we're getting rated. We got a lot of people that want the code. So while you guys are, I mean, Chimp, I don't know how you want to do this. I'm at least going to get some followers out of this. So guys, follow the BB channel.
No codes until we get 250 likes minimum.
All right.
On YouTube.
What do you think here? So we got 136 likes on the stream.
Yeah, this is what my Twitter has been like this for the past week. It's been insane. Like,
that's hilarious.
It's actually insane.
Yeah, I've never seen the chat like this before.
I'm struggling for a code.
Honestly, I feel bad about this. But I mean, I can do it now if you want the rating to stop. I didn't know if you wanted to keep going a bit longer.
No, we gotta they gotta run the likes up first.
Okay. All right, guys. Chimp's gonna give the codes out when we get to 250 likes on the stream. So we're at 192. If you guys want your codes, I don't even know exactly what he's doing, but seems like whatever it is, it's pretty interesting. So let's get to 250 likes. Also follow the BB YouTube channel. We produce awesome content. Definitely won't be worse off.
Those greedy guys with those likes again.
Yeah, they get free stuff from Chimp and they can't even like it. All right, we're at 220. Almost there, guys.
Jesus, that was quick.
Yeah, you're at 130 before I asked.
My girlfriend asking for a code.
Yeah.
All right, guys, follow the BB YouTube channel, and looks like you need 16 more likes, and then you get your codes.
Yeah.
Chimp, do you want to send them to me and I'll drop them in the comments, and then just whoever gets them, or like, how do you want to? I
have a screenshot of the codes so that people don't like scrape them with bots. It might be a bit harder. I was thinking of just sharing it on the screen for like,
yeah, that's
10 seconds.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, let's see here. 243. 7 more likes, guys. 7 more likes and follow the BB YouTube channel, and then you get your codes. All right.
You just thought Chimp phone motion is insane. Absolutely insane. They said it would never happen.
What does this mean for my Sully bags, Chimp?
Unfortunately, my followers have doubled and the Sully price is halved, so they might be inversely correlated. So
that's hilarious.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. 250. All right, Chimp. Screen's all yours. Go for it.
Okay. Let me share the screen I have. Okay. I think I can pick a window to share, right?
Yeah, you should be able to pick a window, and then I'll look at it. I'll put it up on the screen when it's down there.
Okay, cool. Okay. Let me just 2 seconds.
You guys better be quick on the keyboard because there's like 100 of you in here. There's like 150 of you in here, maybe.
Yeah.
We have 330 watching. Now it's 481. So there's 150 of you, and there's what, Chimp? 5 codes? Is that right?
Yeah. Okay. I think I've got the share ready. I don't know if that's
all right. I see your screen. Tell me when you want it up on the YouTube channel.
Can you just see? Can you see the URL? Can you just see the code? Is that all you can see?
I can see that your screen's down there. I can't see it yet though. It looks like it's like a black background, white post-it note almost with some text on it, but I can't see it yet.
If you're on a browser, it won't show like the top.
It doesn't show the URL. It doesn't show the URL.
It shouldn't. No, it should.
Okay, yeah, do that then, and yeah, just see. I'll close it quickly if it's bad.
All right, hang on. Remove mine, and there you go. There's your codes, guys. Dude, I'd love to be a fly on the wall of the people that are like trying to type this in really quickly.
I know. Literally insane.
They're probably just panicking right now. And then there's going to be people in the chat that are like, no, it already got used.
Honestly. Yeah, it's insane. All right, they're probably gone already. I'm not going to lie.
Should we take it down?
We can take them off.
All right.
Cool.
Well, that was fun. I still don't really know what happened, but that was interesting.
Yeah, sorry. I mean, just thought I'd give you guys a bit of a boost since I've got since you guys have been so good to me in the past.
Oh, thanks, Chimp.
Thanks,
Appreciate that. Yeah, it's hilarious, man. I love seeing the chimp phone blow up. That's an arc that I'm here for. Is when chimp gets Twitter famous. That's going to be very, very interesting. But you know what the ironic part probably is, or maybe we'll just say the sad part, is that you're probably going to blow up and get huge, and then you're going to get yourself banned from X, and it's all going to be gone.
I know. I need to dial back some of the posts that I do. It's been okay recently though. Yeah, no, it's insane. I think Snorlax actually posted like a year ago. He was like, when Chimphone hits 10k followers, that's the market top, and the market's very hot and frothy right now, and I'm nearly at 10k followers, so I'm slightly worried about the repercussions of that.
Yeah, man, that might not be good. I mean, Bitcoin needs to find some mojo here. I don't know what this structure is, but I mean, this is just like we marked up and got really excited and then just nothing, which is fine because ETH is doing everything. But
yeah,
the Bitcoin structure is bizarre. But
yeah, have you done a, this might be a stupid request, but have you done an ETH pair with a euro instead of dollar? Just out of interest.
I haven't, but I know Jackus has, but we could definitely look at it.
Because I remember the euro pair for BTC kind of was pretty like top, like to the previous high top, right? So I'm wondering if ETH is going to experience something. It looks pretty similar actually to the dollar one.
Yeah, I think the dollar one's a little bit higher because the dollar's been so weak lately. So here we can this is we'll just put this in blue. That's ETH euro, and this is ETH USD. Put this in purple, I guess. So I think it's like ETH USD is a little higher, like it's already taken out that high. ETH USD and then ETH euro hasn't yet. So we're definitely a little bit more overextended against the dollar because the dollar's been so weak. But
yeah, what is it the tariff stuff that's been scaring the dollar, or what? Like, what's going on there?
I think it's intentional by Trump to lower the purchasing power of the dollar, so that the U.S. companies actually bring in more dollars, basically, because you can be selling the same amounts of stuff, but suddenly you are earning more dollars. So it sounds better on paper.
Yeah.
Although at the same time, so that's like the absolute basis, stuff. But at the same time, when your purchasing power is lower, lots of economies actually do this on purpose. When your purchasing power is lower, you are more competitive on the global market, and suddenly more companies order from you, basically.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I mean, this whole like macro shit just kind of like, I don't know, it goes over my head. I mean, a lot of stuff goes over my head, so not surprising.
I studied this in my free time. I'm freak.
Yeah.
I am freak. I mean, it's doing the same exact thing it did the last time Trump got into office. It's the same exact fractal. It's almost identical. It's pretty crazy. But
yeah,
I just don't get how people are bearish. This like, how could you be bearish when Doge is ramping like that? It looks so good. It looks so good.
It looks like everyone, like all the normies, are just going back onto their Coinbase and just immediately buying Doge.
Is Doge on Robinhood as well?
Yeah.
I mean, that's like, bro, like it's gonna meme its way to $1. I think it's like I think it'd be such a win for the industry if it goes to $1. Do you know what I mean? It's like, what a W. What a W.
It should. And like the Doge BTC pair looks just wild, man. Wait. What is that?
They're freaking blowing shit outside my house right now. So sorry.
That's okay.
By the way, what Jim just mentioned regarding Doge being $1, imagine if like a meme coin that truly has no value is more valuable than your world reserve currency.
I mean, Doge is more fundamentally sound than the dollar. Doge it's just like it's a fork of Litecoin, which is a fork of Bitcoin. I mean, it's the grandchild of Bitcoin. Like Doge is actually very fundamentally sound. And like the big counter argument against Doge previously was like, oh, it's hyperinflationary. Look at the emissions and like, like the mining, reward schedule. And it's like, dude, Doge's inflation is like less than 3% per year. It's like, that's not that bad, like that's really not bad. And it's fundamentally sound, like it's a secure network. And it also has like, they're building on it. We have like Doginals and shit like that. What was that comment? Why?
Honestly, this is my life. This is
like,
my life for the past week, man. I am getting abused.
Who did you insult?
It's hilarious.
I know, it's insane.
Chimp, I think on the first episode when it's done, we drop some codes in there, some sneaky codes.
I think so.
And everyone's probably like, what episode? What are you talking about? I don't know. I guess you'll have to find out soon. It's going to be hilarious. You guys are going to love it.
It's going to be good stuff.
is this testnet legit?
The testnet, so I work for Anoma. I don't know if we want to talk about this now or not, so I don't want to take away from your thing. But it's like the testnet is just like it's kind of a gamified thing showing what Anoma kind of does. And you can like earn points and stuff. So people are desperate to get on and try it out. I think it's pretty cool. It's very sort of fun. And rather than like a testnet where you're just like spamming transactions, we just tried to make it a bit more fun. So there's like degen options and stuff. So you have to bet, like you can bet your points on leverage on what if the Bitcoin's going to be up or down in the next 15 seconds. So it's pretty fun. A lot of people are pretty addicted to it.
That's cool.
So is this a good farm right here? Are these points going to be worth something at some point?
They will have potential value at the end. I can say that.
Potential value. Okay, so that's why you have all the airdrop farmers spamming you and calling you a cuck. Yeah, okay, got it.
Exactly. That's exactly why.
Understood. I was like, why are they so like? Is it money? Like, what is it? Okay,
yeah,
so they're farming points, which is going to be money later on. Okay.
Yeah,
they're hardworking farmers.
Yeah. But I don't mean to take away from the thing. Doge looks good though. Although my only thing that worries me is I've seen like 1 million people posting about like longing Doge. But I think when stuff kind of is sending vertical, you need to just like activate chimp mode and just fucking long stuff. Do you know what I
mean?
Mode. like forget all of like the previous stuff where it's like, oh, it's a bit frothy, blah blah blah. Just long. What are you gonna do?
There is a certain time to just turn your brain off and just be a moon boy. And I think I tried to do that around like, I did that like January, February, March of last year, aged really well. Kind of tried again at some point last year, was not truly brain off season. But I think when ETH, specifically when ETH BTC starts doing this thing. Here, this is me and Tommy's bet. I can remove this. Chimp, do you know the bet that me and Tommy have?
No, go on.
But basically, I'll tell you about the bet. But when ETH BTC starts just doing this and meat sticking, that's truly brain off season. Like ETH is your signal. But me and Tommy have a bet. We made it live on the show. I don't know when it was. It was probably somewhere around it was probably before Trump won the election, if I had to guess. It was probably somewhere around like 0.04. All right. And I'll erase these drawings. So this is the only line that matters here. Is that we have a bet that if ETH BTC gets above 0.06 by the end of September, then Tommy has to buy me a steak dinner. But we're not just talking any steak dinner. This is like 85-day age, or even more, just like an A5 Wagyu sides. Like I want au gratin potatoes. I want broccoli with hollandaise. I want asparagus. I want cauliflower. I want like every single side on the menu. We're talking a nice bottle of wine. We're talking dessert. I might even throw in like a back massage while I'm eating. You know what I mean? Like this is not just a steak. Okay. This is going to be a feast. So if I win, ETH BTC is going to need to get above 0.06 by end of September. If it doesn't, then Tommy's going to win. Let's put it this way. Tommy had me in the first half. Okay. Because we probably made the bet around somewhere in here. I don't remember exactly where. We nuked. It was not looking good for me. But here's the thing about it. When ETH starts ripping, it has a way of just going vertical without any stop. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna need something like this to win because I need it before the purple line. This is October 1st. So I'm gonna really need one of two things to happen. I need one of these fractals to play out where we just basically need to go vertical from now through the rest of this quarter. But you know, that's the bet.
Where do you think it tops? I know that's like you probably hear that a lot, but where are you sort of expecting ETH to go?
Dude, I mean, I hope it makes new highs because here's what I really want to avoid. I really want to avoid ETH BTC becoming an oscillator where it doesn't actually go on to make new highs ever.
Yeah.
Because like this was cycle 1, cycle 2. I don't want it to do the euthanasia, roller coaster and just keep losing against Bitcoin forever because then it's a failed project, right? It needs to eventually do something. So my hope is that it doesn't keep doing this, right? And I think it needs to be invalidated this cycle. Like I think we would need to make a new high. So I guess I don't really know, but all I know right now is that we are potentially doing the euthanasia roller coaster. So I think if we get stuffed around like right here,
that does look like a pretty good place for top.
I know, and it looks not. It's gonna be a tough area, right? It's gonna be a tough area.
I feel like you need a big catalyst, maybe more.
We can't do this and then be done. It has to be at least back to range high. I'd be okay with like every cycle we just keep doing this, and we have Bitcoin season, ETH season, Bitcoin season, ETH season, Bitcoin just forever. I'm fine with that because it's tradable. We just can't continue to lose steam forever. So I actually would want to know what Jackus thinks. I feel like Jackus is probably the most equipped to.
Sorry, just interject. Thank you for having me on. I have to go now, but it's been great speaking to you guys. Wish I could stay longer, but I've got to drop. Sorry. Thank you.
See you, Chim.
Bye.
But that was a good turn to maybe pass over. Jackus, do you think that ETH BTC will get above last cycle's highs or no?
I think so.
A man of few words, but a man of conviction. I'll take it.
It's all that needs to be said.
Do you have a back of mind target, or you just kind of like, we'll see what happens?
One sec. So I really think ETH is going to enter like a Amazon type of price action in which it's just going to trend for years. And in that sense, I think, when we start going on the ETH BTC chart, there really is no supply above us. So I think this was the time to do or die basically for it. And I think with the way that that the US government and all of these banks have basically said like, yeah, we kind of like in a very, very simple terms, they basically said, we do need to finance the US government somehow. All right, let's start these stable coins, right? It seems like a good Ponzi. They did that, and they'll say, all right, we will be launching all these stable coins on ETH, not on something else. They'll do that on ETH. So hey, let's secure ETH, right? We will earn yield, and we can launch stable coins on it. So they'll launch JPM stablecoin and stuff like that. And so that to me sounds like a bullish case for the next decades for ETH to outperform. I know that's really hard to see right now because of the recency bias, but it always is because people generally are not able to like think outside of few months, let alone years.
So is this still kind of valid? Like maybe something like this? It's not perfect, but something along here.
Yeah, basically.
That would be fun. Dude, imagine a 15K ETH, how shocked everybody would be. I mean, it was just the sentiment down here in this red box, it was a nightmare. It was an absolute, like, showing up here talking about the market every day. That was a nightmare, man.
Yeah,
Like,
that wasn't fun. That was not fun, but yeah, I could see a consolidation like at the highs, like Amazon did too. Like that's kind of what I was talking about before, right? Like just smash the highs. Maybe then we get like a sizable or actionable multi-week consolidation, at or near the highs, and then it's off to the races again. Yeah, this fractal is beautiful.
I mean, it ain't perfect, but it's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yep.
This definitely would make the case for a longer cycle too. Like out into 2026. So here, let's just ignore like the first part of it. Just look at like this. Yeah, we'll see. It's interesting. Yeah. I mean, Tether dominance looks really like it's a little choppy here, but really heavy. Like it's just sliding. I think Tether dominance could just stay risk on until at least 379, which is this range low. Like I don't really see a strong case for this chart reversing until at least down in here. No, you're not getting more codes. Chimp already dropped the codes and then left, so you're not getting more codes. I can give you a code for BB Terminal if you want to sign up for that.
That sounds like when someone joins a Telegram of a certain shitcoin and it's like Dev has just left the channel. It's
Dev
like
left the channel. Yeah.
he just hanging around there and be like, what's my shitcoin? Is it going to come back?
Yeah. Dev left. Well, seems like we're in for another boring day so far. Boring Monday.
Another lower time frame sell-off, followed by another daily up candle.
So I guess as of right now, they swept the high, and then they're probably going to sweep the low, and then we're probably going to go back up. Same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah.
So at this point here, and then up. Yep. What's ETH dominance doing, man? Oh my goodness. Wow. Well, it swept the low and moved, so that's a good sign. It'd be
Nice.
great to see ETH dominance go to the range high here. That would be huge.
I was making a meme on this chart. Bay, please stop longing. It's not going up. Please stop. This is our rent money. Double bottom.
It's over.
Louis, you got some charts for us?
Nah, it's over.
Nah.
What about Litecoin? Someone keeps bringing that one to me. Like,
All right, let's look at Litecoin. Whoa. All right, here's all I'm going to say about Litecoin. When Litecoin is at 375 to 400, be careful.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because look at this. And then look at this. Here's total down here. Litecoin at 400, roughly. Total top. Litecoin 400, basically the top of last cycle. We did have a little deviation.
Wow.
When Litecoin gets up to this level again, just watch for it. All right.
Yeesh. That's a top signal, man.
It could be.
I even saw Charlie Lee, right? That's the
Yeah.
founder of Litecoin. He was tweeting and stuff about like the I guess the treasury. I wanted to comment so bad and be like, wait, didn't you just like dump all your Litecoin on the 2017 high?
He did. Yeah, he did. Yeah, that's exactly what he did.
Yeah.
What do we make
That
of Sol
was
here?
a good sell, by the way.
Yeah. No, he dumped on everybody though. Pretty fucked.
Thanks for playing.
Yeah.
I think Sol actually looks pretty good here.
I think
Sol's gonna
it's
go up.
I think it's still going to take some time for Sol to start outperforming again, and before it breaks that all-time highs. But generally speaking, it's not looking bad on the USD pair. I just think it's time to shine and take the spotlight. Is going to be way further down the months.
Yeah, I think if I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's going to outperform ETH, but it is hard to deny that this does look pretty good here. I mean, you have some major supply that you're coming into. Like this was the Trump coin launch. This, in theory, is a sticky level, but I mean, if you can flip like 220, you could start ripping.
It still to me looks like ETH did coming out of the bear market right before it did that first run to 4K.
Let's see. Are you talking like right here, Louis? Like this?
No, it's smaller. It's at like above that when it was retesting that base. Yeah, there. That, yeah. Just obviously Sol's a lot bigger. But that fractal right there, yeah.
I could see that. And like this would be your Trump deviation.
Yep.
Let's look at it. Yeah, I totally see that, Louis.
Yeah.
I mean, that would technically put it like right around here.
Yep. And just never look back.
That does look quite similar.
Got to get back above those highs. Those first set of highs. And then it's off to the races, I think. And it was the same sentiment on ETH too. That was like when we were coming out of the bear market. You got that first stab, right? Everyone was so bulled up. And then you came right back down to like the range low. Everyone was like, oh, now we're going lower. And then just turned on a dime and just went.
It's a good fractal.
On the same thing. Yeah.
Is Pepe doing that one more sweep of the lows thing again?
Jackets, what the fuck, bro? You don't say that on this show anymore. It's illegal.
It's just so sad that it's so funny. Or funny that it's so sad. One of those.
I mean, this has to be vertical accumulation, right? It just gotta be.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's put up ETH down below here. Oh my goodness. It feels like it's free money, honestly.
Yeah. But yet, it's pretty obvious it's going to follow, right? That's what we've seen. But it's the price action itself is still enough to make people second guess themselves and want to get out because they think it's weak. So it's good. I like that.
Do you guys have any thoughts on Aptos And maybe it's price action. I kind of like it here, and I think it could provide one of those matic type of plays of last cycle. Maybe not, but I'm like observing it, and it seems like it kind of want to do one of those rounded bottoms.
Isn't there like no team on that? Didn't like the head dev like jump ship?
Basically.
I don't know. So a CTO Aptos.
Wow, that's interesting.
It's a wonky chart.
Yeah. I don't hate it, but I'm not buying it. But
Yeah, I suppose me neither. And then I'll watch the 500% pump in like 2 days and be like, motherfuckers, they've done it again.
I just think there's easier trades to take personally, but
And then I'll watch them slow grind up upwards, go sideways, and and it will
I
be
just like
so
there's
much
got to be
fun.
tons of sellers at each one of those highs that like got trapped on each one of those pumps.
yeah.
So probably a lot of supply to work through. But yeah,
Dude, how
it could
about
easily
coin?
just yeah, Coinbase. Ripping.
How about coin? Oh my goodness.
I mean, ETH is following Coin right now.
Yeah.
Coin pretty much went up from a straight line and to all-time highs.
You know, it's that meme. Always has been.
Yeah. Always has been.
So is coin leading ETH or how does it work?
Coin's definitely leading ETH. Coin started breaking out weeks before ETH did.
Yeah.
And we were talking about it. We were like, I was like, I don't see a world where coin is ripping back to old all-time highs and ETH and altcoins aren't about to put in moves off the lows when we're literally a lot of alts are trading into high time frame demand. You know, it's just like it's just a matter of time. So
I mean,
we could just keep going until to all-time highs, like Coinbase did. I don't know.
we'll throw on Jackus's example here. Inverted DXY.
I was just making an update on it today. It's like amazing how well it works.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it would be like here, you know. I mean, ETH should just meat stick, man. It just I feel like there's going to be so many like I think even right now there's so many people that are just expecting a free fade of ETH at 4K.
Yeah.
And for good reason. I mean, 4K has been a complete menace for like 4 years. But
that's why it's likely gonna break above 4K. All the breakout traders are gonna start chasing that because they have to. And then you probably go into a multi-week consolidation above 4K, but like testing 4K multiple times. That I feel like that makes the most sense because people are still everyone's looking for a pullback here, right? And it makes sense, right? I wouldn't be surprised if we get one or maybe even just a local flush, but it just feels like everyone is waiting for and needs that pullback on ETH to either get on board on alts or even ETH, right? And it would just make a lot more sense to just chat higher here. Force people to chase if it's like trading above 4K, and then you get a couple of weeks worth of chop out of ETH, and everyone just gets chopped to bits after FOMOing in.
Let's not forget there's been largest ETH net short position in history, and those shorts are underwater, lots of them right now, because that largest ETH short position has been in since 2.7K. So these shorts some of them are closing it, which is pushing the price higher. Some are still holding it, hoping that this chart bounces back down in order for them to to close it. So in either way, either this keeps squeezing up, or you're going to get a drop, and there will be an instant buy pressure, because by closing shorts, you have to long them.
Yeah.
So this chart is going to send higher, break 4K, alt BTC season starts, and bears just revisit their caves again.
Yeah.
What I find really interesting is that actually Pepe structurally looks a little bit more similar than ETH, because it's like, look at the ETH range high here,
Mm-hmm.
and then if you look at Pepe, it's got above that high, overshot. Coin overshot. ETH also took out that low down in here, and Pepe really didn't. Kind of got into that region. Coin basically the same thing. I think this is the real alpha, is that Pepe is literally just like lagging Coin by a month.
That's beautiful. That is
You
beautiful.
should steal this chart and tweet it out for engagement, Louis. You should be a KOL.
Okay,
I can't make it look as pretty as you, Max. It's
Louis, that's nonsense. Just take a screenshot of this chart and just say you made it. That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice. I like that. It makes sense. Makes sense. It's like you could just ask a 3-year-old, all right, this chart did this. This chart did this. What's this chart going to do, Johnny?
Mhm.
You know,
What did Johnny say?
it's going to
Study
do
moon.
What do you think, Chef? Free money or correlation broken?
Definitely correlation broken. Sell all your Pepe and go home,
One
guys.
more sweep of the low. All we need for Pepe, just to be clear, guys, is just one more sweep of the low down here. There's some equal lows from February of last year, and then Elliott wave 5, and then we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this Capo speaking?
No, this is sound technical analysis, Jackus. You wouldn't get it. Okay, you wouldn't get it.
Have you never studied Elliott waves?
Dude, Jackus has not studied the Elliott fade. Elliott fade 5. Okay.
I've never. That's like one portion of technical analysis I just never even bothered learning or looking into. It's just it just always looks silly to me.
You can become a very good KOL using those, because like you're always right. Like no matter what, like you can never predict anything, but you're always right.
Yeah, you just keep moving those goalposts, moving those wave counts, right? Or just stretching.
Just keep calling
It's
for
like-
a new wave. It's just time frame. It's like,
It's like-
the 4-hour Elliott fade didn't work out, and then do a 12-hour and it works.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
It's like you called for a Elliott wave 4, and then it's like, no, it was actually an ABC, and we are still producing 4. And then if it wasn't 4, you're like, oh, it was actually X, Y, Z, and stuff like that. No, but like, I suppose there is some, like because it really works with swings, which isn't, bad thing. And I suppose like the origin of it might not be that bad. The thing is that there is like so many grifters who just started to use it because it looks so good, and you look so like smart using it, that it now looks like it's a complete piece of shit. But I would say that if you actually studied it, right, I think there would be like lots to learn and maybe use to your advantage.
Jackus, are you familiar with ICT? Because there's some equal lows right here that I think probably should be studied.
Never heard of him. Who is he?
Really? Oh, okay. So I'll explain it to you. There's a super secret banking algorithm that's running 24/7. It's custom, and he figured out what it was. So yeah, it's trading Pepe as we speak. And
Did you know that FBI is after him?
yeah, not just him. DOJ, CIA. I mean, every 3-letter agency's after him because he discovered their super secret.
He's sharing it on YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. So you have heard of him? Okay, yeah, that's the guy.
It's just rumors. I was waiting for you to clarify.
Yeah. All right, guys, that's the end of the show. Guys, thanks so much for
Excellent.
being here. Greatly appreciate it as always. Let me show you guys something before we sign off until tomorrow. Guys, we just finished our brand new BBDGen page, guys. It is basically a UI that you will be somewhat familiar with, but we added a whole bunch of custom features onto the DGen page, guys. All your on-chain shit coins, guys. It's basically Deck Screener, except we have a bunch of proprietary custom scripts and features that you can only get here through BB Terminal, guys. So, for example, I'll show you one. One, you can do a compare function. So we could put like Pepe down here, guys. This is 100% free, no sign up required. Link in the description below. Really cool here. You can look at Pepe down below with whatever you want up top. You can do any combination. Indicators here, guys. So Pengu is on Sol. So what we can do is we can pull up aggregated liquidations, and you can actually see Sol USD perpetual futures liquidations below the Pengu chart. You can also look at open interest, and it will show you Solana open interest over the Pengu chart, right? So we're adding on all these cool custom features here only through BB Terminal, our brand new DGen page. Again, no sign up required, guys. Give yourself that extra edge, that extra alpha, things that you can only find here through the BB Terminal, guys. It is absolutely top tier. We're going to run a quick commercial. Check it out. And yeah, we will see you guys tomorrow for another episode. Actually, we don't have Market Check tomorrow. We'll see you guys Wednesday for another episode of Market Check. Everybody have a great day. Stay safe. Take care. And before you guys go, like the stream. And if you are new here, consider subscribing. See you guys Wednesday. Take care.
Tired of outdated trading tools, confused charts, dozens of tabs, endless stress? You're not alone. Introducing BB Terminal, your all-in-one command center for crypto trading. Track your portfolio, monitor the markets, stay ahead, all in one place. From chaos to clarity, from struggle to success. BB Terminal,